I was gonna review 100 Nights of Hero, but I can't get my thoughts properly across. So instead, I'm gonna do a review for a movie I watched earlier this year, The King of Kings. And the only reason I'm reviewing this is the award season's coming around, and I strangely expect this to be nominated in some animated categories for these big award shows, even though I don't think it's that good. This being the highest grossing Korean movie of all time, alongside the cast, this giant cast, which is definitely the reason this movie even came close to what it got in the box office, like Oscar Isaac, Mark Hamill, Forrest Whitaker, Uma Thurman, Pierce Brosnan. I mean, this is a huge cast in this movie, and I remember going into this hoping I was gonna get something good here, and I don't like it. I don't like King of Kings in the slightest. I'm giving The King of Kings a 3 out of 10. I really did not enjoy this in almost any way. I think the story outside of the Charles Dickens part is actually not too shabby. Of course, it's just another story from the Bible, and I've seen it countless times. I've probably seen it twice this year alone, in the theaters, and I think this one does it just as good as the rest, but there is a lot of huge problems that are alongside the story. For big numero uno here is the voice acting. I think the voice acting in this movie is utterly horrible. I mean, did anyone even try? Honestly, I don't think a single voice actor tried in this movie, which is such a shame, considering the big names they got. They would give some effort into sounding a little bit of that time, or or at least like what we've been doing for movies of that time period. I don't appreciate a single voice. Oscar Isaac as Jesus sounds like Oscar Isaac. Mark Hamill, who I can't recall who he played, but sounded like Mark Hamill. Pierce Brosnan sounds like Pierce Brosnan. Uma Thurman sounds like Uma Thurman. Forrest Whitaker sounds like Forrest Whitaker. Ben Kingsley sounds like Ben Kingsley. I mean, every single person in this movie just sounds like themselves. It sounds like they put no effort. They probably saw the bag. They probably saw this was also a Christian movie, and they were like, you know what? I'll just do this for shits and giggles. I don't think anyone put effort into this movie. It's really jarring. Like not a single good character. Like there's not a single good character that's voice acted. It's such a shame, and it's so weird because it's not only just the main characters, or the characters with more than one sentence of dialogue. Even the background characters. Why are there people from this time period and this area sounding like they're from New Jersey? I mean, there's a scene where about like 40 minutes into the movie, and this is where I started noticing it the most. I noticed it a few bits and pieces here and there throughout the movie before that, but I think it was like 40 minutes in. Uh, Jesus is going to that lady who they're calling like who they want her stoned for adultery, and some guy's like, "Hey, look, it's Jesus over there. Look at that." It doesn't work. It's funny, but I don't know if it was meant to be funny because it just seems so out of place, and it's not just the one guy, it's not just the one moment, but it happens several times throughout the movie, like so much that it just annoying. It's horrible. And I was hoping at least with the extras they would put in some effort, but no. It seems like no one gave a shit about trying in this movie, voice acting wise. Visually this movie's shit. I think this looks like utter garbage. We had such a good 2D animated movie this year with the Light of Our Stars, which I did review, and I really appreciate it. I think a lot of great things about Christian film, and or just religious film in general actually, is that they keep the 2D animation departments pretty well alive, and this one decides to go 3D. Maybe it's trying to push towards a younger audience and thinking maybe, hey, we should go in a 3D direction, but it's ugly. It's hideous. The characters look horrible. Maybe in still frames, these characters don't look too bad, but the art style alongside the animation all just looks so janky and cheap. I don't know what the budget of this movie was, but they sure as hell made their money back because not a single part of this movie looks good. I guess except the water, right? I mean, water is easy to make now in animation. Seems like any single person can make water look better than everything else in the movie, but These characters look so fucking ugly, hideous, everything. It's just so jarring. Oh man, it's so bad, especially because there's so many characters in this movie and so many background characters as well. You don't stop seeing them. You don't stop seeing these ugly little figurines running around your screen. It's such a shame. It's this movie's so fucking ugly. It's horrible. It's so horrible, and it sucks because I like Angel Studios, and they seem to care about a lot of their movies, or at least put some care or thought into them. I don't know what their thought behind this one was. I can't recall if I've seen another animated movie from them this year. Hopefully next year, if they keep pumping out like 10 movies a year like they did this year, they improve or maybe find a different animation studio. I'm not sure if this was a Korean one that they worked alongside the director with, or one of their own, because this one was just hideous. I hope they go find some 2D art studio that can make a way better looking film, because this film is just so ugly. And story wise, like I mentioned earlier, story not too bad, except for the Charles Dickens part. I think it's so obnoxious. I think it's kind of cute that Charles Dickens is kind of showing, Jesus is a hero, but not in the way you read in folk tales, like a knight slaying a dragon and there's not monsters running around and he has to slay all of them. He's just a guy, and he's curing people of their sins or whatever. And I think that's really cute, but it cuts into the story so much, it kind of ruins the Jesus sections. And then they intertwine it in some parts where the kid's in the story, and then he even sees Jesus get crucified, which is fucking crazy. But I really didn't care for it. I didn't care for any of the Charles Dickens part. If they took it out, this movie would have been shorter. And to be honest, I think this movie should have been shorter. The Charles Dickens part just took way too long in between each segment. It was maybe like 2 minutes Charles Dickens, 5 to 7 minutes Jesus, 2 minutes Charles Dickens, 5 7 minutes Jesus. We didn't need that much Charles Dickens in this movie. We really didn't. Sorry, we really did not. And of course, the ending. Angel Studios, please stop with these QR codes. No one likes them. They seem disingenuous. It seems, I don't know, it just seems so like weird. You have the whole movie explaining to your audience why you think they should be a part of your religion, and for some reason you have like a whole weird 2 3 minute section at the end of each and every one of your movies of someone explaining to the camera why they should be, a QR code going to the Bible and whatever the fuck. I think it's just weird. Take that out of future movies. It's so strange. Like, what if I put in a QR code at the end of each and one of my videos and was telling people to join like my movie cult? It's just weird. I The whole point is like you're supposed to convince the audience through film why you think your religion is so good and why people should be joining it and converting to it. I'm not sure. I doubt they're gonna change it, but it's a huge thing people complain about. I complain about it in each and every one of my reviews for Angel Studios movies. Get rid of it. It's so fucking shit. But yeah, King of Kings. If you haven't seen it, I don't recommend seeing it. I doubt it's getting nominated for an Oscar for Best Animation Film of the Year. But just to play it safe, I figured why not put a review out, because I don't think there was too many great animated movies this year, and King of Kings might just get a sneak for its religious background.